Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to The Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
Sphere Exclusives. Looking for exclusive content from your favorite podcasts here at The Sphere? Head over to sphere.tv/Patreon and sign up today. True Digital Media Consulting. You're online right now and so are your customers, but marketing has to be a consistent journey. True Digital Media Consulting can help with your online ads, organic growth, and so much more. Contact us today at 832-934-4436 or visit our website at truedigitalmediaconsulting.com. ColdHardFash.com. At Cold Hard Fash, our mission is to support creativity in fashion, beauty, and the arts. To connect with culture creators, follow us on Instagram at Cold Hard Fash and subscribe at www.coldhardfash.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Money Factor here on The Sphere. This is LaShonda Johnson, your certified financial educator and also the co-founder of the Houston Housewives of Finance. And
good morning, everyone. My name is Tony Sanders, also the co-founder of the Houston Housewives of Finance and your certified financial education instructor. Welcome back. It is Money Mondays.
Money Mondays,
yes.
Cha-ching.
Yes. We missed you last week. LaShonda was out, was not feeling well, and I see you still kind of
it's still
getting back there.
Y'all hang with me. You know, my voice is still kind of recovering. I mean, the last podcast we did before I wasn't here, I wasn't feeling well on that show.
I know you wasn't feeling all well.
And I went back and looked at it. I was like, I look like I didn't feel well.
But guess what? She is here because she wants all of you guys to win. And so she made it her best effort to be here this morning to share the information with you. So make sure that you're liking and sharing this show, all right?
Absolutely, because it's going to be a fun show. You guys know that we're officially in spring.
It's spring.
Yeah, so I'm loving the spring. If this is the one time I had to be sick, I prefer to be sick now and get it over with.
Absolutely.
So do be careful out there, you guys. There is a few strands of flu still bouncing around, and make sure you don't be like me and think you have allergies or in denial and you don't want to take care.
Self-diagnose it.
And it develops into bronchitis. So don't do that, okay? And today we're going to talk about some other things that you don't need to do as it relates to your finances. But in a way, we're not going to say what you do. We're just going to say what you should do, which will obviously reveal what you should not be doing. So this is the time of year. First of all, we're the first quarter, finishing up the first quarter of the year. So we've got 3 more quarters to go. So this is the perfect time to now go back and evaluate your goals, the things that you said you wanted to do for the year.
Absolutely.
See how you're doing. Are you on track for them? So this is a good indicator of probably how your year is going to go this first quarter.
Absolutely. I totally agree. It makes me think about that, the book, the 12-week year. And
yes.
Okay, so how well have you done? Where are you? Do you need to hit the reset button already? Because, a lot of people, they make all of these resolutions, and we've discussed it so many times, and I know some people have fallen off track, but don't worry. It's easy to just get back on the horse and start it all over again, because people give up.
Yes.
They give up. They don't see the hope.
Yes.
And they don't believe that they can do it. But we're here to tell you that you can do it. It can be done. Hey, that's why we bring this show to you every single Monday, to make sure that you have someone that's going to hold you accountable and says, hey, look, it's okay. You messed up. Let's just start all over again. Hit that reset button and let's, go ahead and get started so we can finish this year strong.
Absolutely. And so today we're going to be talking about some things you need to be doing as far as your financial spring cleaning is concerned to get you on the track for that. And then we run across so many people. I know myself personally. I know you do, Tony, too, that, they think they know everything. You think you're smarter than actually you are about your finances. So we're going to do a little fun quiz to test and see exactly where are you with your finances. And then we're going to talk about the X-curve concept, because that's going to help you throughout the year too.
Absolutely.
Know, you want to travel the right way on that X-curve, and we'll talk about that when the time comes during the show. So definitely, like Tony said, make sure you share the show today. It's going to be a good one. But all of our shows are good. So what can I say? So let's get started. Let's look at this article that talks about spring cleaning in your finances.
I love it.
Tony, you want to start us off?
Absolutely. So it says it's 7 tips for financial spring cleaning. Spring's arrival is the perfect time to tackle ambitious spring cleaning projects like purging closets and pantries. Oh, I need to do that so bad. But spring cleaning should go beyond the living spaces. Your finances can likely use some attention too. Here are several ways that you can review and refresh your financial life. Refresh your budget. I love it. Is a realistic and balanced budget is the #1 tool in your financial arsenal. Take a close look at what you spend now and how much you make and your financial goals. How can you adapt spending patterns to free up more money? And is there a budget filled with the wants or the needs? Document your budget on a simple worksheet and online review monthly to ensure that you're on track. I love it. We all know that if you do not have a budget, you cannot allocate the dollars. Your dollars are just all over the place. We don't know what's going on in our finances.
Right. Dollars that don't have an assignment are wasted dollars. And we don't just say that. It's proven.
It's proven.
People who don't assign their money a responsibility, that money is just wasted. You're not really, it's not really working for you. And so not only is it not working for you, but if it doesn't have some place to go, then typically you're going to find some place to spend it on something that probably has no value.
No value.
Or it's not serving any purpose.
And then you go back and you say, why did I do that?
Exactly.
Why did
I do that? And you keep doing it because you still don't have a plan. So you have to have a plan. And the plan, we're about to go at the end of this week or Sunday, we're going to be heading out of March going into April. Don't wait till the 1st of April to have your budget for April figured out. Work on your budget right now so you already have an assignment for the dollars when they come in on day one.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I totally agree. And
Absolutely.
I find in the field too, and I know that you can share the same sentiment, is most people who have a money problem have a spending problem, and they don't have a budget.
Correct.
They don't have a budget.
Correct. And so they
you know what they always say? Well, I don't make enough money. No, you do. You just spend more than you make.
You're spending more than you make, but if you assign your dollars right, then you can expose money that can be used for disposable things, and also for saving, for giving, and to save for other things later, like trips or travel or birthdays or leisure things that you want to do. You just don't have any control in your finances.
Wow, I like that control.
No control. Let's go back to the article.
Absolutely. So it says, refresh your budget. I'm going down, so my producer's pointing down. Okay, try out a mobile app. Love it. I'm old school. I like pen and paper, but there's mobile apps like Mint, Pocket Guard, or Level make it easy and convenient to improve your personal finance habits. Each has a different feature based on your needs, and some help with budgeting and bill pay, while others assist with paying off debts and monitoring your credit score. That's true, because I was sitting with a client and she had the Mint app, and she could literally go, it wasn't Mint, it was her bank. So some banks also offer it now.
They're doing it now. Credit Karma's doing it.
Right.
A lot of the financial apps are doing it.
So not like that. I'm talking about her bank account. So when I was doing her financial needs analysis, she was literally able to click a button and go, and it categorized her spending.
Yes, banks are doing that now.
I love that.
And they started doing that. It's been a while now that they've been doing it. And a lot of people have that capability, but guess what? They don't
utilize
click the
it.
button.
They don't know the resources that they have.
They don't want to know.
They don't want to know the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, sometimes that truth hurts. I tell you, you got to swallow your pride, and you really got to take a deep dive into what your finances actually look like.
Whatever suits your fancy. If you're a paper person, if you're an app person, just be a person that has control and you know what's going on in your money with your
Right.
finances.
Girl, I got
Yeah.
paper everywhere.
I mean, I do paper too. I do paper, and I'm actually converting.
You
to
converting?
apps. But I like to write stuff down.
I was gonna say because you're a writer.
I mean, not, but when it comes to my finances, I mean, even my things online, I just like I like to write. I like to
you wanna
write
see
it.
Mhm.
I like to do the old school, subtract this and that
Absolutely.
and that. So I do stuff like that. But I am converting to apps.
All right, Shonda.
A little bit.
Stepping into
A
the
little
new
bit.
age. All right.
Okay, let's go to the next one. So the next one says establish a bill paying process. Now this I completely agree with. Enlist an auto pay or auto bill payment program, or create a calendar to track bills and due dates. An established process is especially important for families, couples, roommates who may need to split bills. Define each person's role and set reminders to help ensure bills get paid on time.
Absolutely.
Because now, I know in one of our orientations, we shared that there's $15 billion being spent on overdraft fees, bank account fee, just late fees,
Right.
just a lack of financial discipline.
Yeah.
The country is making out like a fat cat.
Yeah.
on.
That's just so,
because
that's,
we're not doing
that's
things on
very,
time.
very, very poor money management.
You gotta, I tell you this, do your itemization on your statement and see how much fees. Now, when I started doing my taxes and I started figuring out how much, auditing my statements and I see fees, I'm like, man, girl, you gotta do better. This is unnecessary
Right.
monies that's being spent
Absolutely.
on something that, because you lack discipline.
Absolutely.
So you guys, this is an area that you can control by just being disciplined, but it can cost you a lot of money.
Will cost you a lot of money.
Will cost you a lot of money.
Mhm.
Okay, so speaking of costing a lot of money, we have something that doesn't cost a lot of money if you want to be a part of the Patreon, the VIP experience here at the Spear. So this portion of the show is sponsored by the Spear exclusive team. Looking for exclusive content that you can't find that you can't find anywhere else? Well, look no further than our Spear exclusive found on the Patreon. We've got behind the scenes shots happening daily at the Spear Podcast Studios. Each show on the podcast network curates episodes that are only delivered to Patreon subscribers. Plus, we deliver the show live from start to finish in our Discord server that is exclusive to our Patreon family. So this is like a VIP experience. Sign up today at www.thespear.tv/Patreon to join our $2, $5, or $8 Patreon tier and get access to all of the exclusive content we offer at the Sphere.
And everybody likes it. Boom.
Everybody like boom.
Yeah.
Everybody likes exclusive stuff.
I want to be VIP.
stuff,
I want to be VIP.
platinum stuff. I only have stuff.
It's just mine.
Okay, so if you want to do that, then you can hang out with us the entire show, and you can also get special access to things that happen behind the scenes through all of the different Spear shows.
Yeah.
So
The entire
it's the
platform.
ultimate cheap VIP experience.
I like it.
Ultimate cheap VIP.
Because,
experience.
VIP is costly.
$2, $5, or $8.
Yes.
Yes. So go ahead and log on and sign up. I'm sure you will be very happy with that, especially the price tag.
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to the article.
All right. How about create a plan to pay off your debt?
I wish you would.
Yes. Don't let fear or procrastination get in the way of a debt-free life. Adjust your budget and make a complement to paying off credit cards and student loans. If you feel overwhelmed, you don't know where to start, we can help. Our credit counseling is free and confidential and can help you create an action plan for paying off debt. Man, I was struggling with that. But let me say this. We have all kind of resources available to you. We also do have a Debt America, which was on our platform to help individuals, because we know that you cannot build wealth. We know that you cannot retire with dignity or have any amount of savings if you continue to owe. You know, that's where your money is going. I was just sharing with somebody recently, Shonda, I said, look, this is what you pay. 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 And if you didn't have to pay those people, that's money that you could be saving.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is it's really not rocket science. The less people you owe, the more money you own.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you pay off your debt, then you take back ownership of your dollars.
Right.
The more people you owe, the more of your money you release to others. And therefore, you cannot build anything significant for yourself because you don't even own your money.
Absolutely. Because people, to be honest, they're living way over their means.
Way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like this percentage will shock you. And so we have to help you reel that back in and get to a place where a certain percentage of your income belongs to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you increase that over time.
Absolutely.
Instead of increasing your liabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
So let's go on to the next one. Let's see what it has to say. Review your insurance policies. As your life changes, your insurance needs change too.
Absolutely.
When was the last time you took a look at your insurance policies? Chat with your insurance providers. Chat with the Houston Housewives of Finance about the possibility of securing lower rates on auto, life, home insurance. We can help you with all of that. A lower monthly payment frees up more money for the rest of your budget.
Absolutely. That's just what we were talking about.
But not only that, the important part is your life changes.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the insurance you may have put in place years ago, first of all, there could be better plans, better types of policies.
Right.
Then your insurable need could have changed. And also, if you picked up more liabilities, guess what? You need more coverage.
Absolutely.
So remember, insurance does what? It repairs or replaces, or it protects. So if you don't have enough to repair, replace, or protect everything that you're supposed to be protecting, repairing, or replacing, then you're not properly protected. So you have to sit down with us for a complimentary strategy, and we will help evaluate those things for you. So you can reach out to me, LaShonda J. at HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com.
And I'm Tony S. at HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com. You can also reach us on all our social media platforms. We're on Instagram. We're on Meetup. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook, of course, as the Houston Housewives of Finance Official. If it doesn't say official, it's not us. Remember, we just want to be a resource to you. We're the new face of the new age of financial services. So you have to get in contact with us.
You must.
It's funny that we're talking about this because I just got a call this morning, actually a text, and it's like, hey, I need to review because I got married. So if you get married, you have a kid, you get divorced, there's so many things. You buy a house, there's so many reasons why you definitely want to do a review.
You have to do a review. Mm-hmm. And you need to do that every year. And some people, especially if you're on a debt management plan, then you need to do at least every 6 months.
Absolutely.
You know, to make sure that you're
your
on
life
track.
is definitely changing.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go back to the list. Okay. Shred old financial documents, Tony.
Mm-hmm. It says the IRS recommends keeping tax returns and other important documents for at least 7 years. After you file the return, go through your tax files and shred older files and create a system that keep your paperwork organized so it's easily accessible. Check out Bankrate's reference sheet to determine how long should you have keep various types of financial documents. Yeah, that's another thing I need to do. I have a lot of old things back.
I do too.
Yeah.
I have like a box of stuff. So I'm like, okay, we can get rid of this stuff. This is like, we're in the 2000s. This is from the 80s.
Okay, we don't want to be a hoarder.
Yeah, it's just I meant to, another thing you can do is if you have too much stuff, you can call those people and they can come pick up your stuff and shred it on
shred
the
it
spot.
for you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's just
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
it's a lot.
Okay, is that it on that list? No. What else we got? One more.
Right.
Stop clutter before it starts. Speaking of being a hoarder, oh my gosh. If you thought it was impossible to avoid credit card and loan solicitation, think again. You can opt out, you guys, by visiting optoutprescreen.com. Is that what that says? Yes.
Opt out prescreen.
Optoutprescreen.com. Or the National Credit Bureau's hotline at 1-888-4-OPT-OUT, and that's 1-888-67-8688. So so that they won't keep sending you stuff.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna opt out a lot of stuff, and y'all keep sending.
Let me
stuff.
tell you, I opt out the
Don't
call
yeah.
list. People still call me.
Yeah.
I tell you, I mean, I'm almost to the point of investing in that little thing, that little app that identifies people that shouldn't be calling you, and it does some kind of zapping thing.
Get
and
out
then,
of here.
Yeah, and it will identify first of all, and then it will do something to make it completely route away from you, where you will never get the call again.
I love it.
But you got to pay for that.
Of course you do.
Because of course.
We got to put it in the budget. You thinking that you have a client on the line and there's some telemarketing? I'm like, really?
Oh my gosh!
Sir, get off my line.
So speaking of getting off the line, y'all, we got to get off Facebook Live. It only lasts for 15 minutes. However, if you want to come back, and don't tell me you're not, you do want to come back, because we're going to continue the show, and we're about to do the quiz, Tony, which is the fun part.
All right, the quiz.
The quiz is, we're going to see where you guys. So you say you what's this, the show? So you think you can dance? So this is, so you think you know finances? Okay, we have a quiz to see if you actually know. Although we know as financial professionals, you don't know, because we sit down with you guys all the time, and we know that most people are not knowing. So, but this is a fun quiz that we're going to do. But before we do that, we have to end Facebook Live. So this moment, this second, right now, we need you to go to the Sphere and subscribe. Okay, subscribe. And then while you're there, click on the iTunes button if you would, please, and write a review. We'd love to hear what you think, what you feel. Constructive criticism is okay, but we love accolades as well. So please put that down. Let us know what you'd like to see. Any feedback we appreciate. Also, please share the show. We don't know who you know. We don't know who you know. We don't know who you know, who they know. This is a world of socially we expand through social media networks. So please share the show, okay? And encourage other people to share the show as well. And while you're there, we do provide the show to you completely complimentary. But you can donate if you love what we're doing. So you can donate one time, or you can become a regular donation patron.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, too, let's shout out to those that watching, because we had quite a few people watching today. Thank you, Pierre Chapman. He says he loves the information today.
Oh, we love you,
and then we have
too.
Sean. She's watching, and Shamir, and Ade, and Latanya, and Kareem. Thanks. Good morning, Kareem. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys, please go and share
the
this
show. Absolutely. And remember, the show is not ending, but it is ending on Facebook Live. So you have to go back and subscribe to watch the show in its entirety. I just want to say, if you're an iPhone user, you can go subscribe to the podcast there too. There's so many ways for you to keep connected with us. Okay, let's go on. Let's take the quiz, Tony.
Awesome. Let's go.
This is going to be fun. All right. So the personal finance quiz. This is something sponsored through Kiplinger.com. Okay. So if you're a visitor to Kiplinger.com or a subscriber to Kiplinger Personal Finance Magazine, which I suggest that you do.
Yeah, I like that magazine.
Anything that you can learn about, you should become a part of. You take your money and your finances seriously if you're a part of this. I mean, you should. Education is king. Applied knowledge is even better. So how much do you really know about managing, really know about taxes, saving, investing, managing credit, and other vital matters of your personal finances? Here's your chance to put your knowledge to the test. So this is going to be 12 questions, okay? And so we're going to take it. Tony and I are going to take it.
All right.
And we're going to have the answers through this too. So let's start. Question number 1, okay? If you don't owe taxes, you won't be penalized for filing your federal income tax return after tax day. What do you think, Tony?
That is true. If you don't owe taxes, you're not going to be penalized because you don't owe anything. You don't owe
anything. Let's see if that's true. That is true.
Absolutely.
Ding, 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 ding. Can we have hand claps? All right. The penalty. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm
yes.
sorry.
The penalty for missing the file date is the percentage of the taxes owed with the return. If the IRS owes you, there is no penalty for the taxpayer who have refunds coming. Really don't have to worry about the deadline. Of course, the sooner in the year you file, the sooner you'll get the tax refund. So I think that's good. We can leave it right there.
Yes.
One thing I want to say, too, is that as long as you don't owe, and I don't care, I always tell people, just break even.
Yeah.
I don't want them to owe me, and I don't want to have to owe them.
Exactly. A refund is exactly that, a refund for overpayment. There are particular situations where that is actually a good thing if you're a business owner and some other things, and you have, a sizable amount of deductions, then this becomes a good thing. But if you're just a what are people that work? W-2?
W-2.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. W-2 people, and you're getting a refund, it's not something you should actually be proud about. Your exemptions are off. So you need to figure that out, okay? Let's go on to question number 2. Number 2, are contributions to a traditional 401k plan deducted from your salary before or after taxes? Well, the answer is A, before. It comes out before.
Before taxes.
That's correct.
Absolutely.
Your traditional 401k contributions are made before taxes, reducing the amount of income Uncle Sam can get his hands on. So your taxable income, your adjusted gross income. Okay.
And we talk about that a lot. So,
We do.
yeah, we talk about that one a lot.
Because 401ks are tax deferred. Doesn't say you don't pay taxes at all.
Right.
Please remember that you are deferring them. Basically, you're writing the IRS an IOU, okay? You don't pay taxes on earnings now, but you will have to pay when you withdraw your money in retirement.
My girl said, but you will.
You will. I want to make sure you understand that. You will. You will be paying taxes when you draw your money in retirement.
So I don't think you get no scot-free.
No, absolutely not. You're just deferring them.
And that's the biggest misconception. People still don't know that they have
I
to
don't
pay
understand why
taxes.
people think that. I mean,
Right.
you didn't pay taxes on it. Well, okay. They just don't know. But I'm telling you, you will.
You will pay taxes.
Okay? Number 3, Tony.
Oh, says investing in a load fund is more expensive, but the performance is better than a no load fund over a long term. Let's see.
That's false.
Yeah.
That is so false.
It says a load is sales charge levied by the fund. If you invest $1,000 in a fund with a 4% load, for example, only $960 goes to the work for you. The other $40 goes to the fund, often to be passed to the advisor who sold the fund. Studies have shown that on average, load funds, he messed me up when he went down there.
It's in black.
Okay, load funds perform no better than the cheaper no load funds. And that's another thing that people don't understand, LaShonda, about, okay, look, you going to put $1,000 in, but these people got to get paid.
It's not for free.
Hello?
Yes. So
Somebody said, oh, what about the fees? Everybody has fees.
you have to pay for that.
Hello? It's not free. It's not free.
It's not free. Let's go on to number 4. Okay. How high must your FICO credit score be for you to qualify for the best interest rate? 600, 650, 700, 750, 800. I'm going to say 750.
Yeah, I believe 750, but I want an 800.
Yeah, but okay. Let's see what the answer. 750.
Yes.
Yay! So a credit score in the mid 700 usually will allow you to qualify for best rates.
Right.
A quarter of adults have scores from 750 of 799. Only a quarter of adults. The numerical summary of how much you owe and how properly you pay your bills affects not only your ability to get a loan and how ability to get a loan and what interest rate, but also can play a role in how much you will pay for for insurance.
You remember how these change too. remember the scores. The numbers changed over the years. So
You have to watch that because
have to watch
sometimes
that.
they boost it up and sometimes it goes back like by 25 points. But you gotta, from year to year, you
Right.
need to be taking a look at that.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I'm proud to say that I do see more people really working on credit.
Because
you
we have
know.
so many people out here
Right.
working on credit. But let me just
I can't. I'm gonna take a sip of water.
let me let me just say this. Working on your credit is something admirable, okay? But make sure you remember to work on your character. Because if you're not working on your character and you keep making the same old mistakes, you will always be repairing your credit. So sometimes it's not a credit repair issue, it's a character repair issue. And your deal that is the reason that your credit is having problems is because you have problems with your financial character. Just saying.
We're going to drop the mic right there, and I'm going to go to our second sponsor of the show is True Digital. You're online right now, and so are your customers. The question is, how do you actively reach them? Marketing has to be a consistent journey, and we're here to walk with you every step of the way. True Digital Media Consulting can help with website development, online ads, your business reputation, and organic growth and on search engines. Give us a call today and discuss a customized strategy for your business at 832-934-4436 or send an email to info@truedigitalmediaconsulting.com. Mention the Spear to receive a free 30-minute strategy consultation.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know what you're
Hey,
saying.
hey.
True Digital.
So needed. That's so needed.
I liked what you said
Which part?
about the character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, growing up, my mom and my grandmother used to say, always work on your character. And then from a spiritual perspective, it talks about working on your character too. And so we have our character traits in a lot of different places, in relationships, in money, in behaviors, in habits.
Right.
So when it comes to your finances, if you really work on your character, and let me just say that working on your character cannot be effectively done without proper education.
Without the education.
You need to have the education,
Right.
which is a great segue to our workshops. Our National Campaign for Financial Literacy is still underway. We're in our third year. This January made 3 years with World System Builder. And I tell you, I can't tell you the numbers and thousands of lives that are being impacted through this campaign. Have you participated, and are you and your family a part of that 1 million that we're educating by 2020? If not, there's still opportunity. There's actually an opportunity every single day that you wake up and live, because you can reach out to us. You can come to our workshops, which are offered during the week and on weekends, okay, on Saturdays, okay. But if you need something private for your church, your organization, your company, we're willing to do that for you guys. I'm a certified financial educator. Tony is a certified financial instructor. Listen, we have the capabilities, we have the skills, and we also have compliant material to offer to you, your family, your organization, your church, your business,
Right.
so that you guys can get on the road to recovery and understanding your personal finances, okay? We're taking this quiz as, because it's something fun to do, but it's really not a laughing matter if you
don't
don't
know.
understand personal money management
Right.
and you don't possess the skills. These workshops through our National Campaign for Financial Literacy will help you to increase your knowledge base so you can make better choices, better decisions, and that you can end up winning when it comes to your finances.
Absolutely. So, hey, come to the workshops. You can meet me at 13831. That's Northwest Freeway, Suite 215. That's in Houston, Texas, Northwest Houston, 77040. We're right there at 290 at Tidwell. We have our workshops on Saturdays at 10 a.m.
Saturdays at 10 a.m. And so if that doesn't work for you, you guys, you can come Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. and also Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. into West Houston. The address is 11111. That's 51 Suite 100. And that's Katy Freeway, Houston, Texas, 77079. If that doesn't work for you, you can go to Pearland. There's an overview on Mondays and workshop on Thursday. And that address is 11233 Shadow Creek Parkway, suite number 255, and that's Pearland, Texas 77584. Listen, just reach out to us, you guys. You know how to do it. You know how to reach us. You can reach me personally at LaShonda J at HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com. You can also reach Tony.
I'm Tony S at HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com.
Text us. You know, that's what you guys do. You're always on your phone. Text Ask HHOF, all one word, to 31996, and we will definitely excuse me.
We'll definitely be in contact with you because, like she said, we are all over this. Okay, let me just say, every day I'm getting a call to come out to this organization, to this school, to this church. Let your organization also be a part of this campaign. This is a big deal. When we want to opt for you this education, it's complimentary. Why not? Why wouldn't you take advantage of it and be a part of the 1 million?
Y'all making me get all choked up over here.
Y'all choked up.
I'm like, you know, we really need to take seriously getting educated financially. Right. And if we're not taking it seriously, that means then we just want the chips to fall where they may with our finances are concerned. And we're going to end up being very disappointed with that outcome. So please, you guys, come to the workshops. Reach out to us. Get a complimentary strategy. Have a plan. Do the things that we're talking about every week on this on the Money Factor here at the Sphere on Mondays. You know, we're giving you everything you need, and you're not having to pay for this. You just have to listen. Right. What does it cost you to listen?
Yeah. But once you listen, please apply.
Hello?
Because you guys listen to a lot of things, but you never apply.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Once you listen. Okay?
What's the next one?
Number 4. Is it number 4?
5.
Number 5. I think it's your turn.
Okay. It says you can invest in only one 529 per child. Okay. I was
529 college savings plan.
Yeah, the savings plan. Yes,
per
it's
child.
Per child. I would say yes.
Nope.
No, you can do more than one.
There's no law limiting the number of 529 plans you can invest in to save for a college education.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. Why would you do that? Let me tell you why. There's so many options out there and available for you. I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket. Just even for my kids' college, the same thing that we're talking about for our finances, I wouldn't.
Because what if those eggs don't hatch? Do you want them to rot?
Yep.
Excuse me.
So, hey, you don't need to put everything all in one basket. Please don't do that. And I would, if I had one child and I had one 529, that's great. There's no need to go and get another one.
I mean, you can, but why?
Why?
When you can do other things. Diversify for your child as you do for yourself.
Absolutely.
So you have to reach out to us to see how to do that. Go ahead and reach out to us so we can explain that to you. If you have children, you cannot afford not to be sitting down with us figuring out how to plan for college. You know how high college is these days?
Yeah, you know, I'm glad you said that.
It's brutally expensive.
I see more people planning for their kids' birthdays instead of their education.
Man, I'm seeing so much stuff.
Gosh.
People on Facebook, you know, saying, "Oh, I did this, I did this, I did this." Like I'm like, hey, as a parent, as a grandparent, as a godparent, as a family member, listen, you guys huddle up as a family and start talking about how you're going to help these kids go to college instead of, you know, giving them a passageway to debt. At 18, 19 years old, that's their first exposure to debt is college, and then credit cards in college.
You get that college debt. I mean, we sit with people every single day, and they're still in their 40s and 50s and 60s. They're still have college debt. That debt is not.
It's not fun, you guys.
Not.
It's no fun to come out of college and, you know, start living life as we do and still know that I have this huge burden. That's
not good.
That's not good. And it's like following you. It's like you can't get rid of it. You cannot get rid of it. There's no forgiveness for it. You have to work your way through it. And so please reach out to us so that we can help you plan for your children. Don't drop the ball when it comes to college. We do everything else, but we drop the ball when it comes to college. Okay, Tony and I both are college planning consultants.
Yeah.
So we can help you. Oh my gosh, there's so much available help to you.
Let's just drop a pin right there. You know, I tell people all the time, in light of the scandal and everything that's going on, you know, I had a conversation about it yesterday real quickly, because it's really important that you know the resources that are available for your child so that they can go to college. You know, student loan debt, it doesn't have to be as large as it is today. You don't want your kids to finish college with a lot of debt and then that becomes their way of life. There's resources out there. We're partnered up with HIFE, which is the Heartland Institute of Financial Education. There's no need to cheat and try to pay somebody to get your kids in college. And then, hey, we were talking about this yesterday. There's no need to even pay a big old amount to donate to the school just so your kid can get into that school. You know, there's resources out there available. Now, one thing that I will say that your child has to put in the work. And I think it's unfortunate for those kids who do put in the work and they cannot go to school because of the lack of finances,
Right.
or the lack of somebody else doing something to get their kid to get in, and then that missed opportunity for your son or daughter to be able to get in.
That's
where I have the problem.
That's so sad. Man, I tell you, your children have to put in the work academically, but they need to know what work to put in. They also have to put in the work as far as community and extracurricular activities. Again, knowledge is power, and applied knowledge for your kid while in school is very powerful. We have that knowledge available for you. You have to reach out to us, though.
I like that.
Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Question number 6. Overseas stocks are hot. Ooh, who said that?
Who said
anyway, you change your allocation from 10% to 80% of your portfolio. No, you should not.
Why would you do that?
Why? What are you thinking? Don't do that. Chasing big returns is often a losing game because the good times don't last forever. You have to know the right time to sell, but no one knows for certain when a sector's had its run. The best investing strategy is a well-diversified one. Did we just say that?
Yeah, and what do we always say? Past performances doesn't equate to future results, you know? And most people have it so backwards. You get scared and you want to sell when the market is low, but that's when you buy. You sell when it's high. But they do it backwards. They get scared and they want to, I want to sell, I want out.
Yeah, before you start jumping on the roof of the house, which is investing, get yourself educated. Get with a professional money manager to help you and make sure your house is solid. Okay, especially it's going to have to be solid if you plan on just jumping into this thing blindfolded and you don't know what you're doing. You better have a solid house.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Next question.
You and your spouse bought a house for $100,000 in 2000 and they sold it for $500,000 this year. It was your primary residence. How much will you owe in capital gains taxes? So let's see, $100,000. We got a $400,000 profit, and then you have the $600,000, and you owe, that was $400 profit at 15% rate or zero.
You should, because it's your primary
This
residence.
is your primary residence.
It should be zero.
Yeah, and this reminded me of you. You know, remember when you were talking about how you were going to use it?
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
As
long as you've owned the house you lived in there for 2 years out of the 5 years, a married couple can exclude up to $500,000 in home sale profits from taxes, $250,000 for a single filer.
Okay. Let's throw in a disclaimer here.
Okay.
See your tax professional.
Absolutely.
Okay, because the tax laws change, and so from year to year, we don't know what that is actually going to look like. So make sure you get with a certified public accountant to figure out the right laws and how they're applicable to you, your spouse, or a single person, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
All right.
That is really good information too, because the laws have changed, and I've seen just from the beginning of this season's tax year that a lot of people are so surprised. That lets me know that you haven't been watching the Money Factor, because we've been talking about this, and we started bringing last year.
We even had a tax lawyer here. So we've done a lot of things, and of course, tax season is coming up, so we're going to revisit these topics. It's actually coming up. We're dead smack dab in it, about to end. So we need to have a show on it before
before
the
end.
Yeah, so we'll do that. But you guys, here's the thing. I know I'm getting a lot of my clients that are calling me saying, "Do you know someone?" Because the tax laws has changed. I used to do this on my own, but now I don't want to have to do it. I'm scared.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. You should be scared when you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
So
I would definitely recommend, like she said, a CPA or someone who is highly knowledgeable in this field, because this is nothing you want to play with. You don't want to play with Uncle Sam.
Nope.
You do not want to play with him. Right.
And he said, if you play with me, you stop playing.
She say, "Stop playing." You don't want to play with Uncle Sam.
No. He say, stop playing. Okay, it's going to cost you to play with me.
I said, "This is how it's gonna be.
Yes.
You're gonna do this, this, and this, and that's it."
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, what's the next one?
Okay. Number 8.
Ah,
A health savings account is
mm.
the same as a flexible spending account, an insurance plan, a way to save for health costs if you have high deductible insurance plan, and a plan for Medicare. No, it's C.
No, it's
a way to save for health costs if you have. Yes, okay.
And I love the way they've changed all that too. That's a great thing. You want to read that, LaShonda?
Health savings accounts or
Let people.
let people with high deductible health insurance policies make tax deductible contributions to a special account that they can use tax free for eligible medical expenses, such as for health insurance deductibles, co-payments, prescriptions, prescription drugs, and other out-of-pocket healthcare costs. You can make new contributions after you enroll in Medicare. You can make new contributions after you enroll in Medicare, but you can also use the money tax-free after 65 to pay premiums for Medicare Part B and Part D, and the Medicare Advantage plans. There's no time limit for using the money in the account.
You know, I love that because a lot of companies are doing it for now. I know that my husband Charles, they give us a credit card, and so the monies are there, and they match it. They match the money that you put in, so it's really nice that they have it. So definitely, if you have a health savings account, which is also known as your HSA account, make sure that you're contributing to that because health. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So you want to make sure that you have something set to the side for that.
Absolutely. And I also want to say, too, make sure that each year you check with your provider for any particular rule changes or, anything that has changed from year to year. In fact, across the board, when it comes to finances, you have to be on top of things. That's why you do an annual review, because the rules and the rules of engagement can change.
And they do.
And they do.
We didn't have this last year. This is something new to us.
Yeah. Let's go.
All
Next
right.
one.
If an investor at age 25 deposits $100 in the mutual fund, and it's a fund with an annuitized return of 10%, he'll have about $640,000 at age 65. If he waits until age 40 to start saving, how much will he have to deposit each month to have the same amount at 65? So if he's saving at age 25, he's just saving 100, and he waits those 15 years. I'm going to say he's got to at least save probably about $475. What do you say?
Let's see. You're right. Because you lost 15 years.
15 years.
Time is money, and money is time. How many times do we say that?
How many times do we have to say that?
And so this is I really like this question, because here's the thing. People think, and they ask.
I know what you're about to say.
You know how people do. They ask, why do I have to save so much?
Yeah.
Because you haven't saved.
Yeah. Stop being 40 and 50 and 60 years old and still trying to save $100.
You cannot be a 40-year-old and you want to start a saving plan of a person 25.
Right.
You've got to make up for those years that you didn't
catch
save.
up. It's time to play catch up.
Absolutely. Can you read that?
This shows the incredible power of compounding, the power of money making money for you. The saver who starts at 25 will deposit a total of $48,000 of their own money. The procrastinator would need to come up with $142,000 out of their pocket to have the same amount at age 65.
Yes.
Man, we talk about it every single day.
All the time. So this is just,
Mr. Start
start early and
Mr.
wait
Start
later.
Late. Yep.
And Mr. Wait later, you cannot even put your finger on the things that you waited later for.
I'm laughing because you guys don't understand how many people who are not 25 but still want to save like they're 25. Now that's where it's...
And you just look at them like...
Really?
You're 40.
Yeah.
You got to save more, because guess what? Your time to the retirement number is much, much closer than that 25-year-old.
And they're not willing to change. That's the scary part.
Not willing to, don't want to, and then have an attitude. I'm like, this is for you. This
I
is
love
for
it.
you.
I love it.
You're saving for you. You've
Yeah.
cheated you,
You've cheated you.
and now you still want to cheat you.
Stop it.
And we're trying to help you not cheat you anymore, and you want to be mad at us for us wanting to help save your future.
And we're going to drop the mic right there and go to the next question.
All right. Number 10. When do you need to start taking required minimum distributions from your Roth IRAs? This is a trick question.
So
But
we
you
know
what?
that one.
We know the answer.
Right.
Okay. So when you retire at age 65, at age 70, by April 1st of the year after the year you were born, after the year you turned 70 and a half, never. Well, the answer is never. Okay, because it's a Roth IRA. Unlike traditional IRAs, which require you to take your first required minimum distribution by the first of the year after the year you turn 70 and a half, you never need to take required distributions from Roth IRAs because the government does not own any of that money.
You've already done your...
If you play the rules right.
Right.
If you don't play the rules right, then the rules get changed,
Right.
and you have the same rules as a traditional IRA.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if you do things right, you play by the rules. You never have to share that money with the IRS. So you can park it there forever if you want to.
And you have to know the difference. That's, again, another reason for you to come to our workshops, because you guys don't know the difference between traditional and Roth. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
and we teach that. That's in our retirement planning workshop.
Absolutely.
Workshop number 4.
Number 4.
So if you've never been before, you don't know what we're talking about. Shame on you. You need to come.
Next question. Which of the expenses you can write off on your federal tax return if you don't itemize? Let's see. Which of these expenses can you write off on your federal tax return if you don't itemize? So that's A, charitable contributions, B, medical expenses, C, mortgage payments, or D, student loan interest.
Okay,
let's
here's
talk
what I'm
about
going to say. First of all, the laws have changed
Right.
and changed and changed. This is probably going to say, what do you think?
Well, because I used to write it all off.
What is that? Everything?
Yeah.
Well,
I used to be able to write off the charitable contributions.
Yeah, but you can't write off mortgage payments. You can only
Oh,
write off the
interest.
interest.
The interest. That's
Yeah.
what's tricky. So you can't write off the
Yeah, so you know
mortgage
that's
payments.
not it.
Yeah, that's not
Okay?
it.
You used to be able to write off student loan interest. They're
Interest,
changing that. Medical expenses is only if you have certain amount of deductions. So what you can write off, no matter what, is charitable contributions.
Right.
There you go.
There you go.
So, go ahead, Tony.
All of this is so changed that you have to get with your
professional.
Your professional here. It says you can deduct up to $2,500 a year of interest paid on student loans, regardless of whether if you itemize the deductions. But this tax saver phases out the higher income levels. A single filer with a modified adjusted gross income of more than $65,000, or a couple jointly with a MAGI for more than 130
modified adjusted
the gross income. 135,000 gets a reduced deduction of $80,000 for single filers and $165,000 for joint filers.
Okay, let me just stop you right there because that's not the case this year. So
It's changed.
It has changed. So you guys, you have to get with your CPA or your tax professional, qualified tax professional for that, because a lot has changed regarding what you can write off for student loans.
And I think that's what
Interest.
I think this is the
Yes.
problem with a
A
lot of
lot
people
has
had got
changed.
caught up this year, because you guys are used to getting those large returns, and a lot of people had to pay this year or they owed. And I do believe it's because of all the changes, and you weren't aware, you weren't educated on the changes that were going to affect you. And when you did your income tax, you were in for
You're
a
in
surprise.
for a surprise. In fact, even the deduction for children went down to just $1,000, you guys. It used to be $2,500.
$2,500.
So much has changed. So much has changed that this question, get with your tax professional. In fact, we'll get someone on this show next week.
I think that's a good
Jackie
idea.
to come.
It's time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's time.
Okay. let's go on to the next question. Number 12, all income from mutual funds is subject to state income tax. And here's the key word here, state. False. Because if you don't live in a state where taxes
we don't have,
or state taxes are due, you don't
You're
pay
right.
that. Some income paid by mutual fund gets a state income tax break, just like income from government securities does. That's because some money market mutual funds invest heavily in the U.S. government obligations. So a substantial portion of the income they pay during that year is state tax free. But also, what if you don't live in a state that there is state taxes?
Like
Again,
Texas.
you have to just deal with the taxes as it applies. So we're going to have a tax professional come on here with you and share with you some things. We'll do that next week.
Absolutely.
We'll prepare that next week. So
Because
this
we're
is
just
a timely conversation.
couple weeks out now from
Yes.
the deadline.
Yes,
Right.
This is a timely conversation. So let's make sure that you tune in next week, okay? And so we don't really have time to go into the X curve because we're running short. But I can tell you this: let's look real close. Let's go to page 28 of the Saving Your Future book. We do want to share that, and so that people have some idea of what the X curve is about. Okay, so the X curve is about, you guys. The true meaning behind the X curve is responsibility. If people are not responsible, this concept is of no benefit.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who spend hundreds of dollars a month drinking, partying, and gambling, but have no insurance. Others shop until they drop on plastic money. Parents spoil their kids with toys and lavish birthdays, yet they save nothing into their college funding. We just talked about that. Their
it.
popularity and their image to their friends take a higher priority than the future of their family. The person with the responsibility knows where his or her priority is, their family financial future. You must know what you need and what you need, okay? You have a clear goal and a plan to achieve it. You must know what you want and what you need, okay? You have to have a clear goal and a plan to achieve it. So quite often, the person who doesn't care about protection for the family also doesn't worry much about saving for a rainy day. If they die too soon, their family will suffer. And if they live too long, many may become a burden to their children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we see it every time.
Right.
But for the people who care for their family, if they die too soon, they'll have enough insurance protection for their loved ones. They also believe in saving for their children's college education, and if they live too long, they will have enough savings to take care of themselves in their latter years. Without responsibility, there is no insurance need and no savings. There is no X curve.
This is one of my favorite pages in the Blue Book. I remember so clearly when Alex Flores, he talked about this, and we read this, and I never forgot this page. This is one of my favorite pages in the book because people do what they want to do, and their priorities are not in line. I always say, pop. I heard this from one of my mentors, Thelma, and she says, priorities over pleasures. And we've got to really get that in line. And every time I see the X curve, that's exactly what it is. Are you willing to sacrifice today so that you can just, hey, I'm going to sacrifice today so that I can live the life that I would like to live later in my retirement, so that my kids can go to college. Lord forbid if something happens to me prematurely, my family can still continue on. But we just live day to day. We live for the weekend. I mean, we are I live for the weekend kind of people, but that has to change.
Yeah, instead of saying thank God it's Friday, we need to be saying thank God for our future that I plan for. Because I mean, this is one of the posts I posted earlier in the week. Life is happening to you while you're busy planning for leisure activities. Life is happening, so you've got to catch up and make sure that you are taking control of your future. Whatever you haven't done in the past, that's water under the bridge. Catch up now. Have a plan, know where you stand, know what you need, and know how you're going to be able to get it. You have to have a plan to do it. So
3. I'm looking at you, but I'm
Okay.
shaking my head. I'm shaking my head because in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, we've come and we've brought this show, and I just want people to get it, LaShonda. I don't understand that right there. It does something to me every time I hear it, every time I see it. Just being responsible. So yes, we do have to go to our last sponsor, which is Cold Hard Fash. It is a culture lifestyle brand of the designer of trend-setting platforms and social experience in the art, world fashion, and cultural politics, sports, health, and fitness. We offer a curated culture of creative cultural influencers, professional innovators, and and the social elite. Our cutting edge style and fashion as a guide meets you in all areas of your life to provide in the commentary and the connection for a consistent evolution of your runway. So, do you want to stay ahead of the culture? Do you want to cleverly experience the inspiration and ingenuity with our creative community? Then follow us on Instagram at Cold Hard Fash and check us out and subscribe to www.coldhardfash.com to join the conversation. There you go.
Yes.
I just, that does something to me every time I see that, because people aren't being responsible. That's the bottom line. You have yet to make the decision about taking care of your family, and that does something to me, honestly. That because people don't want to do the right thing.
Yes. I mean, like I said, it's a mindset. It's a character issue.
It's a
if you don't want to
character
do the
issue.
right thing, it's a character issue. So please reach out to us. You guys know how. LaShonda J at HoustonHousewifesOfFinance.com.
And I'm Tony S. at
Or
HoustonHousewifesOfFinance.com.
you can visit our website, HHOFfinance.com, schedule an appointment. But do make a decision to change, okay? We'll see you next week, same time, same place, right here on the Money Factor. So we'll have some professionals here
Tax
with you to talk
professionals,
about
yeah.
taxes, and we'll help get you on track before tax season closes out. So we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.